Hello, it's Nikki. Let's talk money today because I know you want to make more of it in a way that feels really good. Now, I'm not going to talk actual numbers, but I am going to say that there was one occasion where, more than that actually, but like the occasion that I'm going to tell you about today is that I earned a figure that I earned in 1 year once. A whole year of working, not just kind of hanging around watching daytime TV, but a whole year of working hours and hours and hours. And I earned the same amount of money in 2 days of work. Now, I did not get all of the money all at the same time. This was from an advert, so it was bought out by various other territories, and the money kind of came through over the next 3 or 4 years. But in terms of the actual work that I did, 2 days. Now, what I want to say about this is we have to look at the way that we are sharing our personal brands and the way that we are selling them. Because when people are buying you, they are not just buying your time. They are not just buying you to show up for a certain amount of times. They are buying you, sorry, it sounds really weird. They are paying you. You are invoicing for them and they are paying your invoice for everything that you bring to the table. And so, firstly, when you're thinking about pricing your services and putting yourself out there on the internet, you have to be really clear about the value that you're providing and not just think to yourself, what will people pay for this? Because that feels a much safer option. Like, what will people pay for this? What would be okay? And sometimes what might have been happening is that you've only been in conversations and rooms where people would pay something in the league or the region of what you would pay. And the truth is, there are enormous budgets out there. There are people making more money and have more money than they know what to do with all around the world. And so we have to go first with our value, with our contribution, and make sure that we are speaking to those people in that confident manner. The second thing I want to say is there is an incredible stance, an incredible sense of security if people get to be locked in. So when I was paid for this advert, they knew that by paying a certain amount of money, I would then be locked in. They had this footage, they could use my image, they could use my voice, they could use my acting, and everybody else is on the set as well, for this amount of time. So once they had done that deal, they were like, great, where should we take it? What shall we do with that? And it's the same with people who you want to work with you. Sometimes we think that selling is about taking something away from somebody, as in like, I'm taking their money off them. But that is not the case. Yes, of course, they are paying you, but also you have to think about their gains. And that's why when people walk out of the gym going, I've signed up for 12 months, direct debit, like here we go. There's a confidence in that. There's an assurance. There's a level of commitment. And actually, those are the people that you want to work with. Those people who are not going to be like, I hope this is going to work. Is it going to work? Is this going to be all right? You want people who are like, let's go, let's do it. Number 3, the ongoing impact. So, for example, with that advert that I was in, it would have that ongoing impact of people who saw that product that I was advertising and they would buy it once, but maybe they loved it and they would continue to be a customer for life. This is the same if you are a service-based business. You are doing the business, the interactions, the conversation with your client in the moment. But I have clients who come back to me 5, 6, 10 years later, 15 years later, and said, you know that thing that you said to me in that conversation? I've never forgotten it. Or that work that we did in our coaching session 9 years ago, I've still got the notes and I still use that framework today. There is no limit to where this can go. So again, this is another reason why you absolutely should charge well. Finally, when you charge well and when you build those lovely boundaries and contractual agreements, that's when everybody can play. You have more wiggle room as a business owner. People get what they need. The experience is overall way more enjoyable. Now, I know the temptation sometimes is to go low with your prices, to become accessible to everybody. And I will always have a free piece of my puzzle. You're watching this for free. And I always want to have that as part of my income pie. But I also know where I want to take my messaging, how I want to help and support people and create impact in the world. And I can't do that if I'm playing small. If I'm bending and flexing at all times, I know it's time for me to take things to the next level. So if that's you, if you want to work on your pricing, if you want to really figure out what that pricing menu looks like based on the kind of people you want to work with, the kind of business model you want to have, and also the kind of life you want to have, come on over to Create Your Income Pie. I would love to help and support you. NikkiRaby.com/money. And there are 3 ways to join. Lots of love. Bye.